What's up, y'all? It's Lady K here today, and guess what? You're in the Chef's Kisses kitchen, and we about to cook up some beef heart and beef tongue today. So let's get to it.
Right now I have the heart, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually take it and cut out all the veins and make sure I trim off any of the fat, and then we're gonna chop it up. So right now I'm trying to get in here and trying to cut off all of the veins, all of the fat that I see, just so that when I cook this, my meat's going to be ready to go as soon as I get it pulled off the stove. You can cook it however you want to, but me personally, I prefer to take all the stuff off that I'm not going to want to eat in the end. So, you know, to each his own, but you just got to get a hold of some of that fat and try to get as close as you can to it so that you're not I'm not always the greatest at this, but I don't want to cut off too much of that meat because I want all that meat.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to slice up this heart.
So I had to get a bigger knife, but this is what the heart should look like once you get it all cleaned up. So you can barely see any more membrane on it. And now I'm going to cut it up. So I like to make sure that I'm looking at and finding the way the grain is of the meat. So it looks like to me it's going like that. So I'm going to start over here and see how much smoother it cuts. If you go against the grain of the meat, it's going to cut a lot harsher. And it's going to take you a lot more grinding through. And it's actually a lot easier now that I have all that membrane off of there. So now I just have my pure meat. Okay, so now I'm just gonna cut them down just a little bit smaller pieces so we can really work with them. Okay, so I'm gonna start over here and we're gonna start with some onion powder. And again, this is my dog's food, and I'm going to feed my dogs this. So, you know, I gotta make sure I mix it in there. Give it a little bit more, not too much. And you don't want to give your dog too much seasoning. And then I'm going to give them just a little bit of herbs. I'm not going to give them everything. You know, it's good to give your dog some green stuff. So we got our parsley, we got our garlic powder, our onion powder, all on all of our food here, all of our meat. And now I'm going to show you guys this right here. Cosmos Dry Rub Cow Cover. Beef Dry Rub. It is probably one of my favorites out there. It is award-winning, supposedly, I guess. And yeah, it's really good. So we're gonna put some of that on here. Okay, and I forgot to add a little bit of pepper to my dog's food. Again, not too much, just a little bit. And I'm pretty generous with my pepper. I like a little bit of spice in my life. All right, that's everything I'm gonna put on it. So we got it all on there, and I mean, look at it. It looks really good.
And the next step is to prep the beef tongue.
All right, so this is what the cow's tongue looks like. You can even see his taste buds. It's very interesting, but I want that to be rinsed off. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab my pot, put my tongue in, go ahead and get my water going more. And you can do it however you want to. But fill it up so that all of your meat's covered. Might got a little bit too much in there just because I don't want to overflow. And then bring this over to your stove and get it going, because the next step's going to be, after we get it cooked a little bit, to loosen up that skin and go ahead and get off all those taste buds and all that extra fat and stuff that you really just don't want to eat. We want to eat the meat. I'm just gonna cut these up into little sections here, and then we're gonna season it and we're gonna fry it. Now we're gonna go ahead and put our seasonings on. So you can see, look at all the glorious meats here. It's so delicious. We'll start with some pepper. Just go ahead and go along. So now we got some onion powder. You can see that. Garlic powder. Doesn't really matter which kind to me, honestly. There's the original Cajun seasoning. So good. Again, if you can't have a lot of sodium, don't be going crazy with this stuff because there's a lot of sodium in it. And then I got my basil leaves. Yeah, yum. I have some lime right here that I'm gonna spritz on everything. So not a lot, just go around and give all of it just a little bit of that lime. Now we're gonna go ahead and throw in our tongue. Again, make sure that you spread out evenly all of your meat. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and put in my beef heart. And I like to sprinkle it around. I got some butter, I got some garlic paste going in here right now. Do I measure? No. And if I need more butter, I'll throw more butter in. Or more garlic if I want some more garlic. But you guys, have fun with it. That's what I do. Okay, so I'm going right now and I'm turning over some of this delicious tongue right here. You can see it's actually starting to sear really nicely. Some of these pieces that are a little bit bigger, I'm gonna bring towards just the center, so I can make sure, I get everything an even cook. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and turn over our beef heart here. And look, I wish that you guys could smell this because it's really smelling delicious right now. And again, I just like to get all of these flipped over. Just make sure that they're cooking evenly.
So that was some alright food, I guess. I mean, I really thought the heart was a little bit better than the tongue. I would probably give it about a 4 out of 10. Just because, to be honest, I didn't really like the consistency of the tongue and really even the heart either. Well, that's it for us today, ladies and gentlemen. Another delightful dish from the Chef's Kiss Kitchen. Come back and we'll have some more for you next time.